says messed up 13 times a day anyway.
I'm a 10 on that scale for sure. In this messed up scale, I'm a big mess.
We have really tried to be as responsible as we can. We've not taken any kind of great sides or tried to, give an answer or statement. But,
But I have felt heartbreak. I felt cheated. I'm an insecure person. So I felt those emotions, maybe not in this context, but, I know what it feels like to feel those emotions in that way. So I think I had to kind of just transfer those feelings into this context.
I was looking forward to it. And I've really enjoyed the whole process of filming and, working with them.
is normalize the idea of intimacy in films. If I'm, in fact, I was to say anything, I'm trying to take the shock away from it. So I'm trying to actually make it more pleasant.
I don't know why it always happens with female actors. You rarely compare the men, and people love pitting women against each other.
Never ever has one sentence defined a new generation, the millennial generation, in a long time. Are we all just messed up people? I think that line in itself resonated so much with me because I was like, I know that you guys were not listening to me, but I was like, yes, we are. So joining me today is the cast of Gehraiyaan, Ananya Panday, the director, Shakun, Batra, and Dhairya on Bollywood Bubble. Welcome to Bollywood Bubble. Firstly, a huge applause for the trailer. Loved it. I really want to ask Shakun firstly. Shakun, tell me when that dialogue hit. That dialogue really hits you really hard. Are we just messed up people? When you reflect back on the generation, the millennials that we call today? What is your answer? How do you define that dialogue? Do you really feel that we are all just complex, messed up people?
In all honesty, the credit goes to Aisha, who's also one of the co-writers on the film. She came up with that line, and in fact, it took me a moment because I was like, "Is that too brash?" And she was very sure that was the right feeling for summing up how the film is, and I think she was absolutely right. Do I feel that way? Yes. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, everyone's messed up. It's about figuring out where you are, and some people accept it, some don't. But I think most people are somewhere on the messed up scale, and it's never 1 to 4. It's always 5 and above. I think the good thing about the millennials and us is that I think we are more open to that idea of accepting and understanding that life is not simple and things are complicated. And I think we are embracing and understanding to learn that complexity is just part of life, and we don't want to shy away from it. We want to take it in our stride and grow with it. So for me, that's really also what the movie is trying to do. Bring more complex storytelling into the mainstream.
And that is exactly why we love your movies, Shakun, because like everyone else has been mentioning, and I'll mention it again, that you bring subtlety to the complex stories that we all, stories for us, but it is a reality for many of us. Absolutely. Ananya, you tell me, how do you define that line? Like when we say messed up people, how do you define that?
But Ananya says messed up 13 times a day anyway.
I'm a 10 on that scale for sure. In this messed up scale, I'm a big mess. No, but as Shakun said, I think everyone is, sort of messed up. It just depends on how messed up you are and how open you are to accepting that. And I think that's what makes us human, Nobody's perfect and nobody should be. Everyone has their flaws, but I think that's what kind of defines them and makes them special.
Dhairya?
I love your energy, the energy with which you're directing the whole conversation was great. And then that's how I got lost in my chain of thought. We all have sides to a personality that only we see or experience, right? And we conceal that.
No, I experience your messed up side.
Shakun is like, मुझे सबकी कहानियाँ पता है यहाँ पे.
It's not so hidden.
Don't ask him anything.
No, I genuinely, Dhairya on a scale of 1 to 10 on messed up is 0.
Like 0 for sure. He's like the most.
Dhairya need to mess up a little
We
more.
tried to mess him up.
Yeah, we are going to take him for a one week workshop so he can understand the messed up line. I feel like he's like, so nice. He's just genuinely the nicest, all heart, warm person, And I actually hope that he's not on that scale of messed up people. I think he's the good part in our lives.
I'm balancing.
Wow.
Yin yang.
Wow. Shakun, tell me, because also the film deals with infidelity, and there's always this sense, this batch of people who will not take it in the right stride, perhaps, or they will always morally judge a film. So, are you sort of prepared in your head that there will be conversations around it? There will be a section who will probably bash it or say कि अरे ये infidelity को promote कर रहे हैं या there will be a
of course,
section. Are you prepared mentally?
Well, here's the thing. I think one, the movie is not a debate on pros and cons of monogamy. I don't think I'm any better than the next person to understand these things, and I don't have some kind of great solution or like answer to what you should feel about your idea of relationship. In fact,
Correct.
if at all, we are hoping for a conversation. We are hoping that it opens a conversation, but in a very welcoming, warm, inviting way. It's the same way that I felt about Kapoor and Sons. It was opening a conversations about family or how we are together as people
Yeah.
and our flaws. So, as I said, I'm not a torchbearer for, we're going to change things. I am not that person. I am genuinely equally curious and want to explore things because I find my curiosity taking me there. So if we can start a conversation, if people talk about it, that would be amazing. I mean, I would be so happy with that. And if it, I'm pretty sure, and I feel that way. I don't think it should offend anyone because we have really tried to be as responsible as we can. We've not taken any kind of great sides or tried to give an answer or statement. But as I said, I think there will be a lot of people who will also invite this kind of conversation, and for me that is the exciting part, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Ananya, for you, I want to know because your character. I mean, you are perhaps, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are perhaps the youngest in the cast there.
Yeah. When we shot
She's
the film,
the baby of the set.
Yes.
We all really look forward to her as like somebody we have to, we all feel very protective about her.
I was like 20. Yeah.
But while you were playing that character, I mean, as Tia, you had to also exude some complex emotions which you might or might not have experienced in your personal life as well. So where did you draw references from or emotional connect from? Did you have to tap on anything that you might have experienced in personal life as well to bring that out? Because it is complex.
Yeah, no, I feel like I haven't experienced what Tia has felt in at that level for sure, but I have felt heartbreak. I felt cheated. I'm an insecure person, so I felt those emotions. Maybe not in this context, but I know what it feels like to feel those emotions in that way. So I think I had to kind of just transfer those feelings into this context, and I think just I'm a very observational sort of person. Like when I was younger, my dad used to call me Windows because my eyes used to just be like open all the time, and I used to just keep looking around me and trying to copy people in that way. And I still do till date. Like if I see two people talking, I'm always like, oh, what's their relationship? What are they talking about? So I kind of just maybe have picked up things unknowingly from people around me because, we're not glorifying infidelity, but we can't lie that it doesn't exist in our society, So maybe things that I've heard or, seen around myself. But I kind of had to look very inward when it came to Tia's character, just simply because she is quite similar to how I am. And I think Shakun helped me kind of streamline a lot of my thoughts and ideas, I was thinking a lot and he kind of helped me put it together perfectly.
Dhairya, for you, was there anything in particular which was very, very challenging to portray? Because again, you have Deepika, Siddharth, and of course Ananya and Shakun directing you. It can be overwhelming also at a certain point. Did you find any day in particular which was challenging?
Yeah, from a neutral gauge, you'd expect that for someone who's starting out and in the mix of such people, that one would be intimidated or be nervous, but it's credit to them really that they made me feel comfortable from the moment I was on the film and I met them. So it wasn't intimidating or challenging, but I was looking forward to it, and I've really enjoyed the whole process of filming and working with them, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
the relationships that's the biggest takeaway for me from the film. The relationships are forged on the film, and yeah, that's the biggest takeaway from me
Who
because
did you who have you befriend? I mean, who has been your closest ally or friend on this set?
all four of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's playing really like
No,
he's
but
like
but
I
but
don't
but I,
think
but I
anyone
mean
else
it.
is
But I mean it. It's not that I'm equivocating or being very diplomatic. But I genuinely feel that.
Now, see,
Wow,
when he said it'd be
lovely.
good.
Sorry. What?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
I
that, to be
genuinely
fair,
feel that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us would be able to choose like one person. I
Yeah.
think we all go to each
I
other
choose
for different
Dhairya, not.
One must really applaud you for having an intimacy director on set while you were filming because not many do it in India, and you did it. So applause there. But
Thank you.
while you were shooting for all of that, was there? I mean, as a director, sometimes it might get difficult to understand your actor where they are coming from on a particular day while you have to, shoot a particular scene. Was there any day in particular when you had to really work with the actors, and because it was getting difficult to portray or to exude what you had in your mind?
I think intimacy conversations are becoming big because we also have an intimacy director. But actually, what we're trying to do is normalize the idea of intimacy in films. If I'm in fact, I was to say anything, I'm trying to take the shock away from it. So I'm trying to actually make it more pleasant, for lack of a better word. And also, I can see when I'm reading more articles about how it's being done in the West, and I'm just trying to adapt. I'm just trying to move with times, and I think in the coming years, I think what would be great is if intimacy director was as much a part of your crew as a choreographer or an action director. So you're just trying to create an environment which is safer and secure, where actors can feel, as you said, where they can have a say,
Yeah.
they can interpret, they can talk about it. So if at all, that was the reason, not because we are trying to do something bolder than the rest. Those are the things that people take away. But actually, it is
Correct.
just to actually make it more normal, more matter of fact, more, and I'm glad there's a conversation happening because, as I said, we want to
Yeah.
normalize it, not make it a bigger topic to discuss.
Correct. Ananya, tell me something because you again, there's this one scene in the trailer which really struck a chord with me because as someone from this generation, we go through it, which is constantly comparing our lives with others. Wherein we see Alicia saying that, oh my God, we grew up together, but she's doing much better than what I am at this point. As Ananya, I want to know, when you signed for Gehraiyaan, I want to know, did you ever, even for a minute, have this apprehension because you were to be cast opposite and alongside Deepika, Siddhant, and all of these people? People will make comparisons inevitably. I mean, when the film releases, there will be comparisons. Yare, itna screen time, ye, performance-wise. Did you have any apprehensions in the beginning that, what if people compare, how will I take it? Did you have those thoughts?
It was just a really big deal for me that I'm getting to be even a part of this film. It didn't matter to me how big or small the role is. I just wanted to challenge myself as an actor. I wanted to work with Shakun because I loved Kapoor and Sons and Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu. I've been a huge fan of Deepika because just simply as female actor, just the choices that she's made, I think she's really brave and it's been really inspiring in that sense. And I've loved Sid and Gully Boy, and I was really excited to work with Dhairya as well. So for me, those thoughts don't even come in my head. Even when I did A Student and I did Pati Patni or Wo, these comparisons are inevitable. But I don't know why it always happens with female actors. You rarely compare the men, and people love pitting women against each other. When I think it's quite the opposite. There's so much love and support, not just between Deepika and I, but I think all the actresses in the industry, like even when the trailer came out, like Sara, Janvi, Kiara, everyone messaged me, everyone put it up on their stories. So I think there's a lot of love and support, and there was no such feeling or thought.
Trust me, when I see all of this, I feel so happy because I know that you all genuinely care for each other and there's genuine respect for each other's work. That also brings me to this, that Sarah recently in an interview said that because of COVID, the younger generation, people, they lost out on 2 years of their career in ways, right? Do you also resonate with that thought? at any point?
We did, but it's not just us, it was a hard time for everyone, I honestly feel grateful and blessed that everyone in my family and all my friends are happy, healthy and safe, and that's something that's, of utmost importance to me. It was hard, in a career point of view, because you're just starting out, my film had just come out and then suddenly everything slows down. But one thing I've learned, really, a big thing that I've learned in the pandemic especially is to be grateful and make the most of every moment, and make every moment count.
Yeah. So lastly, I want to know from Dhairya. Dhairya, you tell me, I mean, what is it that your state of mind is at the moment? Because I know that this is a huge platform for you as well. Firstly, a film with Shakun, and then of course the concept in general is so intense and something that we are all looking forward to. Do you feel that pressure that, oh my God, there's so much hype about it, I hope people like it, because that is the biggest worry most people have, right? Like trailer को अच्छा response मिला है, I hope मेरी performance को भी उतना ही अच्छा response भी मिले.
Yeah, you're right to some extent that people have given so much love to everything that's come out, be it the teaser, the trailer, the songs and everything. So you expect the same, that that your performance is also liked. But I'm really not nervous because I'm just excited. Excited for the film that we've made, that I'm part of the story, because I'm excited, because I know that some years back when I'd watched something like this, because I'd seen, say, not because he's here that I'm saying this, but when I watched Kapoor and Sons, and as an actor, you have these contrasting feelings when you watch something really amazing, that oh my God, this is so good, but at the same time, when will I get to be part of this? So here I am part of this. Now I just want to enjoy this. Yeah.
Yeah, kudos to Shakun. So lastly, now to all of you, I want to ask, because this is the song that I have been humming to, thanks to y'all. Tu marz hai dawa bhi. I think that line itself is so like, मतलब ऐसे चुभती है यार, सच में बहुत ऐसे चुभती है वो line मुझे. Tu marz hai dawa bhi, मतलब it's a wonderful line, but I want to know what is it? To me that would be perhaps my job, right? कि वो मेरे लिए मर्ज भी है और मेरी दवा भी है. आपके लिए वो चीज क्या है? I want to end with that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can give you a very shallow answer, which is ice cream or dessert. And which I've seen so many reels, so I guess people are feeling that. People are making reels to Marza Deva with everything from momos to butter chicken.
Oh,
and waxing also.
So that, but at a deeper level, I would think anything that heals you. I mean, I feel like it feels like that. But I would say, yeah, I guess love is that complexity. It's something you want to deep dive into, but it comes with all the complexities and baggage, and then it becomes a way to heal yourself, but also a way to then it kind of can complicate your life. So maybe that.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, Ananya, just last thoughts on that.
I think it's anything that makes me grow, because as they say, growing pains. Growth is painful and uncomfortable sometimes, but then you only see it in hindsight later that it helped you grow. So yeah, it could be a relationship, it could be my work, it could be anything.
Wow. So lastly, Dhairya.
Way ahead of her years, I must say. She's so well
I don't know about
spoken,
the-
so her thoughts are so well constructed and structured. Amazing. I was a Dumbo when,
Wow.
yeah, at her age.
I was a
Wow.
Dumbo.
No,
at
I
2
can
years.
assure. I think Ananya has also grown. I mean, I have seen her grow in the last 2-3 years. In fact, amazing. Her journey has
Yeah.
been very, very
Brilliant.
inspiring.
I hope it's
in
not
that
just
way.
in interviews and
But Dhairya, no,
films
I don't want to
also.
get lost in that thought now. But Dhairya, your last words
No,
on
they've-
that.
they've-
तुम मर्ज है
they've
दवा भी, क्या है
they've-
आपके लिए?
I agree with both of them really, because pain and love both. You want love in life all the time, be it from anyone, because that's what keeps you ticking, that's what keeps you going. But at the same time, in that pursuit of love, you have those complexities and turmoil, and then it troubles you, but you want that more. So it's both. It's a disease and it's a cure in itself. And same pain, that you get uncomfortable, but it's in the uncomfortable you achieve growth. So yeah,
Correct.
these bright minds have summed it up perfectly for me.
It's okay, we'll teach you too.
And I think I agree with
I'm
all
learning.
of you. But thank you, Shakun, Ananya, and Dhairya for this wonderful chat. I hope that the film does really well. I hope it kickstarts a conversation, which is much needed, and I hope that people can see it in the intent behind it, rather than just being blindsided by the morality aspect of things. So thank you so much, and all my love to the film and to you all.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhavna.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Uh,